Just wanted to take a minute to greet you personally and express my gratitude for you being here. I hope you brought your partner, but if not, perhaps next time. These will be your general monthly readings for the month of August 2020. Without further ado, let's get into the chamber and together look at the magic and wisdom of the tarot cards. Hi, water signs. This is your August 2020 general reading, and let's get right into it for the month of August. A couple of oracle cards. I'm going to have as usual, a divine feminine line, a divine masculine line, and a blended / woven energies line that brings these two feminine and masculine lines together into one woven energy stream. Let's get a couple oracle cards to begin. Yep. For the divine feminine, reach out. For the divine masculine, success and growth. So in this deck, the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, this is the Three of Pentacles in the divine feminine. And the encouragement I think here is in saying reach out, is that if you have been accustomed to doing everything as a solo player, and maybe not in love, but certainly in business or some kind of other endeavor in the world, and perhaps in August, it's the time for the divine feminine to consider that reaching out is not a bad idea, that getting a meeting of the minds and a collaboration is an important component as you learn everything about being a human being. The divine masculine, on the other hand, is got the Eight of Wands, and this is saying that success and growth across the board. It's a general plug and play kind of a concept so that you can plug and play wherever you want. Whichever part of your being is needing to stimulate more activity, stimulate a movement into the future you, or the future business of you, the future artistic endeavors of you, athletic performance of you, whatever. It's a plug and play, but it's full of energy and it's full of balanced energy. So without abusing it, you're certainly welcome to use it. It's hanging over your entire energy field. Let's start with the divine feminine. I've already shuffled these cards. Let's see what they have to say. Nine of Wands. Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cat. The Science Tarot. It's awesome. So, divine feminine. Water signs. There's a time here for laying back in order to assess where you are, where you've been, and where you're going. Just a moment of reflection. And I think there's a reason here, because you're heading towards the Wheel of Fortune. Schrodinger's cat, a scientific theory that from a certain perspective related to quantum mechanics, that a cat in a box could be alive and dead at the same time. And it won't really be alive or dead until you look. I mean, you can look that up and see what they went through to come up with that. It's pretty fantastic. But it was an important discovery to be able to eliminate the need to be grounded with all concepts, and everything that you prove has to be seen, etc. It can't be something philosophical or something nebulous. Here's the nebulous part. The idea of taking your understanding of your own life and your own journey and walking it into the light so you can look for a minute. Because you're going to move. You're going for the 10 of Wands. This is a momentary scenario, but it goes someplace. It doesn't just sit there. You can't stay. But if you throw into the mix that your life is changing in some way through the Wheel of Fortune, then you're going to have something that is foundational that's going to change. Something that will turn you from the person you are into the beginning of the person you will be. And to be prepared for that includes reflection. And it includes not only seeing how tough it's been, but seeing how you got through it. Makes you much more empowered when you walk into a life-changing scenario. And then from there, the Divine Feminine walks into the Emperor mentality, spiritual foundation, the Emperor spirit, the Emperor ability to apply things that are based on our development into our earthly lives. So it's not necessarily friendly territory in that there's a lot of down-to-earth kind of things. And water, I mean, that you may not want to deal with that right now. So perhaps that's why the encouragement is here, that if you're stumbling along the way, to count on your fellow being, whoever that might be. It could be your partner, the Divine Masculine. It could be somebody that will become your partner, Divine Masculine. But it might also be your friends or the people that you work with. It's okay to ask. Divine Masculine. Let's see where the Divine Masculine, with all these wands, is going to use them. Well, there's the Empress. There's some balance on the earth. Both of you have a Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine have a moment coming. This can be perhaps a tame moment of transition. This is abrupt. But you're never given anything, you're never given a challenge that you cannot overcome, ever. So if that causes you to suck in your breath for a second and go, whoa, I just got thrown out of my ivory tower, look at everything that you got around you. Look at the energy that you have to bounce back. Look at the balance on the earth, your ability to juggle things. And very interesting that the divine feminine has the emperor, the divine masculine has the empress. What a nice combination, because they are the quintessential team. Whether it's in love or money, they're the ones that can make it happen. But that has to be done by working together. This Three of Pentacles can be particularly apropos at that moment, because when you join, let's say the Empress joins with her Emperor, there's one individual, two individuals, and the third individual, which is the combination of both of them. And here's the three. Pretty cool. So it's a lot of strength and a lot of power. Let's see what the blended energies want to say. What is this blending? Where can it lead? Where can it end up? What can it throw out that could be a challenge? We like challenges, right? How would we live without them? So the overall situation for your blended energies is the Queen of Cups. So she really wants to let you know that what she's got in her cup is worth having. And if your blended energies leads to that kind of a loving, nurturing environment, then it's for you to say yes or no. I mean, it's kind of being handed to you by the cards and saying that this is possible for you. And which is based on what you have to give and what you have to receive. Your obstacle is the lovers. If it's an obstacle, it could between one of you or the other. One of you could have experienced a heartbreak. That one thought that they had found their twin flame and then it blew up, or it fell by the wayside. And there's a lot to recover from when that happens. You go deep and you get cut deep when it cuts. So it's a challenge, but why not turn a challenge into a strength so that you can rekindle the idea of why do they depict an angel up here? There's an angelic component. These two individuals becoming the mountain. So this means contacting a part of your life that you may have wanted to put behind you and forget. And yet, recovering or getting back on your feet again and getting back in the saddle in terms of willingness and openness to another relationship provides something better. What's the asset for you folks? Well, I love this being in this position because this is very worthy, and this is something that seems to want to draw us in, wants to say, come on, let's try this. Let's go for the gold. Let's shoot for the sun. And yet there's that consideration or the tripping point. So why not turn the tripping point into a tipping point? And here's how you do it. The Hermit is spiritual guidance. And where is he guiding you? Well, he's holding his lantern over towards you to illuminate the path. And it's for you to walk that path by your choice alone. But you have to make the choice. Water signs. and gain the wisdom that he brings along with lighting the path. He also lights your mind. He lights your spirit. The potential outcome is receiving your just rewards. I mean, if other things were going on, I might say that somebody might be in for some kind of a conflict with the law, but really, the rest of the cards are not supporting that kind of a outcome potential. So you do the work, you blend and weave together, and you walk these paths with the eyes wide open, acknowledging things, keeping your eye on that prize. Who doesn't want to know what's inside that cup? And following that, and this potentially is there. But what does justice bring to a potential outcome? She brings total balance, which is like a commitment. When you're committing to balance, you're committing to being all in terms of the giving and also the letting go. And she brings truth. You up for that? Is that where you want to go as a team? Is that where you want to go as an individual? There's plenty of support here. Like if there's any considerations in the Nine of Wands, the Empress is here, right there to share the energy, to beam it up. This, if there's any kind of bumps in the road as the wheel of fortune turns, this divine masculine attribute can prove that simplicity is the right approach. And just by balancing the simple two, same balance, just more complex. And if there's any kind of hiccups or consternation that's brought about by the Tower, who's better to contact than the Emperor in terms of, sire, what do I need to do? And the answer goes, this and this and this. No delay, no problem. So you have your work cut out for you, but you also, by doing that work, have your joy cut out for you also. And I wish you well. I wish you a wonderful August 2020. Take care. We'll see you next time.